Located on the Kenai Peninsula, Seward, Alaska is a gateway to the Kenai Fjords National Park, where glaciers meet the sea and diverse marine life thrives. We spent a week exploring and got our fill of local food and booze. Let's get tipsy, y'all. If you're new around here, I'm Sam, and this is my husband, Chris. We've been traveling across North America in our RV since 2019 and are currently exploring Alaska this summer. Yesterday, we packed up our home in Homer and drove 3.5 hours to Seward.
Got to Seward and it is absolutely bucketing rain, so no hiking for us today. We're gonna go to the grocery store, run some errands, get checked into the new campsite, and start planning out what we're gonna do the rest of the week.
The town of Seward is small and perfect for exploring on foot. From our RV park, we took a stroll along the waterfront park, taking in wildlife and learning about the Iditarod Trail. All that walking made us thirsty, so we stopped into Seward Ale House for a pint of local beer before going to sleep.
Alaskan weather is very unpredictable, and we are experiencing significant rain for this entire week that we are here in Seward. So with that being said, we're going to look at a lot of different indoor activities. As much as we want to go hiking, we're not sure it's going to be feasible with the mud and the rain. So with that being said, we are headed to the Marine Life Center where we're going to go find some animals.
The Alaska Sealife Center is a public aquarium, marine research institution, and rehabilitation center all rolled into one. Visitors can get an up-close view of Alaska's marine ecosystem through interactive exhibits and displays of local marine species.
So they are pumping in this water from the bay right outside. It is ice cold. It's like a little bit slimy, obviously, but also hairy, kind of, almost like moss. And the water is still freezing cold.
The birds room was my absolute favorite, where you could see all different types of native birds to Alaska, including horned and tufted puffin. You can plan your visit around the stellar sea lion feeding. We absolutely suggested, as it was adorable to watch this big guy get some food. The facility also plays a critical role with animal rescue and rehabilitation, caring for the injured or stranded animals with the goal of releasing them back into the wild. After a few hours, we decided to go grab a drink at Tony's Bar, which was right down the block. This little dive bar has some unique quirks and a surprisingly impressive tap list. We grabbed another local pint and then went home to get some sleep.
Our friend Valerie suggested we head to a bar in downtown Seward called the Yukon Bar, and we are supposed to be ordering
Duck fart.
Yes.
Heard that right? A duck fart.
We have no idea what this is. She used to live here. We trust her. Going to drink a duck fart. Cheers.
Duck fart.
Oh, that was super easy. It didn't even taste like a shot. That shot was so much better than I thought it was going to be. Super smooth. Didn't need a chaser.
It was Kahlua on the bottom, Bailey's layered, and then Crown Royal on top. Super delicious, like you said. A lot better than we were expecting.
We are a little hungry, and we had one of our followers suggest this Thai restaurant. It's about a 15-minute walk from downtown. It's near the RV park though, so we're actually heading back home, which is nice. We're gonna go grab some Thai food, then head home for the evening. Got our takeout. Yeah, we're gonna go home and eat it, put our feet up on our recliners, hang out with our cat. We'll see all the trouble we get into tomorrow. It has finally stopped raining, which means we're gonna go explore some parts of Seward that are a little bit farther away that we're gonna need our car for. We've been doing a lot of walking around the town just because we're so centrally located, but we're gonna go down to Lau Point to check out this little section of town, and we might even drive across the way to see an interesting view of Seward now that we have no more rain and we actually have some visibility.
Miller's Landing is located just 10 minutes from town, and like Seward, it's both a picturesque destination for its natural beauty and outdoor activities. Situated on the shore of the Resurrection Bay, Miller's Landing is a family-owned and operated campground and fishing charter business. They also have a cafe on site, which is where we chose to grab some coffee and take in the scenery. The area provides great opportunities for sea kayaking, fishing, beachcombing, and wildlife watching. Not wanting to waste the day, we jumped back in the car and drove 20 minutes around the Resurrection Bay to get to the Seward Lookout. This gives you a really unique view of the town from across the way.
We're currently trying to find the 4th of July beach. However, there's no signage. We ended up on an authorized access-only road near a shipyard. We are going to find it. It's just taking us a minute.
It got its name from when people used to celebrate on this beach on 4th of July.
Good morning from the Kenai Fjords National Park. We are here on the Exit Glacier and Harding Icefield Trail. It's about usually-ish like 7-8-ish mile trail, but some of the end trail on the Harding Icefield is actually closed because of avalanche risk. So we're first on the Exit Glacier Trail. Really unique. They have signs along the trail right next to it and along the road on the way in. Tells you the year at which the glacier met that point. It's receding back. So as we get closer, we're getting further on in the years.
We have hiked up 2.1 miles. We have about 2 miles to go until the end of the trail, but as we mentioned earlier, we're not sure we can get the whole way due to an avalanche warning, so we're gonna go as far as we can. We're currently entering the marmot meadows. If you've never seen a marmot, they're absolutely adorable. I'm hoping we can see one today. Chances of me falling are very high. I usually fall at least once a hike.
The Harding Icefield is one of the largest ice fields in the country. Spanning over 700 square miles, this vast ice field feeds over 40 glaciers, including the famous Exit Glacier, which you can see below. We decided to stop at where the avalanche warning signs were, but took in these incredible views before heading back down.
We made it down the mountain, and we are now going to do a quick 0.5 mile walk to the glacier overview. The cool thing about this trail is that it has the markers on it from where the glacier used to be. So as we're walking, it's as if we're going through time to see where it is currently.
This was a grueling day for us, so afterwards we went home to relax and enjoy the beautiful weather.
We are off on our next adventure, except this time it's via boat.
So this is a 8.5-hour tour out to the northwestern glacier in the Kenai Fjords National Park. It's the most easily accessible via boat, so that is why we booked the tour. Once we set sail, we got some really great views of the RV park while we were going out to sea, including some otter sightings as well. So we are taking a rest here in Mary's Bay. The crossing is going to take about a half hour, and the captain has told us that the sea is so rough that we're going to have to be seated for the entire crossing.
It is now starting to rain, only adding to the excitement of this trip. We're here looking at puffins. I'm very happy. Let's see how bad this crossing actually is.
It is pretty rough weather. We picked our seats very strategically since we knew being at the lower hull of the boat is always better in this rough weather. I don't know if you can see the weather out to my side, but it's really rough. It took us roughly 30 minutes to get across, and once we finally hit nicer water, we were able to sit down and eat the lunch provided. We actually couldn't make it to the glacier that we were supposed to go to, so we ended up at this one instead.
This is the Holgate Glacier directly behind us. It is approximately 350 feet tall and is part of the Harding Icefield we hiked yesterday.
Having less than great weather, we ended up spending more time at the glacier than normal and even saw it calving towards the end of our time. The crew pulled a massive chunk of glacier ice out of the water, which we thought was interesting. But then inside, they ended up using that glacier ice to make a mixed cocktail. So what do? We grabbed some drinks and head outside to enjoy our glacier ice cocktails with the glacier in the background. On our way back, we got to see a killer whale in addition to some stellar sea lions out in the wild. The voyage back was just as treacherous, so instead of going out this evening, we decided to go home and rest.
Seward has a huge 4th of July festival. We happen to be here for it, so we are now exploring all the food trucks, eating all of the food. We probably spent more money in food in the last 20 minutes than we have the whole time we've been in Alaska, but it's so good, it's definitely worth it.
July 4th fashion, a hot dog, but true to Alaska, a reindeer hot dog. Good snap on it. That's yummy.
Wow. Yeah. The salmon is super flaky and all the seasoning on it, so good.
Needing a break from the cold, we popped into Seward Brewing for some pints. This is one of 2 breweries in town. This spot is a restaurant and a full bar, so we highly suggest getting here early as the place was packed. We just grabbed some beers before heading home.
We decided to get some burgers today. The weather is still awful. And in addition to these burgers, we also got an Oreo milkshake. So we will let you know how it is. We're gonna take them home so we can eat them in the nice warm RV.
And they were absolutely phenomenal.
While our time in Seward was very rainy, we enjoyed every minute of it. From the cruise to all the fun things we got to drink and the hiking at Exit Glacier, it was definitely worth the trip down.
Coming up next, we travel from Seward north off the peninsula. With a quick stop at the Wildlife Conservation Center, we set off to the town of Girdwood for some hiking. Unbeknownst to us, we were about to experience a very popular fair.
Chris's hair looks great.
Yeah, look at that. That's great.
It's already recording inside. Well, I'm moving it a lot now.
Stop moving it.
I'm trying not to. Need more to cut. Oh, I'm going to make such a mess of this. I can't even I think southernmost point of town. Southern, right? Southeast. It's that direction of town. Not really sure what we're gonna do. Actually, I'm very sure what we're gonna do. I don't know why I said that.
Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss our next video.